Well, mounting these air compressors on the Wanderlodge, it's a challenge always, but this week has been just hell week. We came in Thursday. Thursday was going to be air compressor day. We figured we would get it done right away. We had it off before lunch. It's very hard to get to, very hard to access, but it's already been replaced once. So somebody had already cut out an access hole for us, so there's extra room back there. We got in there, got it off before lunch, thought after lunch we'll have it the new one, all the different ports moved over and everything swapped around, and we get it all hooked up, ready to go. And we didn't. By the end of the day, we could not get the compressor to mount. It turned out on the gear on the engine side, one of these teeth had a little nick in it, and the gear wouldn't go all the way in. It would go in partially on one side, but it wouldn't on the bottom side. We'd turn the engine over, the air compressor would turn over, but it was only because part of the teeth were in there. It wouldn't mate flush with the surface. So once we figured that out, we pulled it out. We took the gear off the engine. We cleaned up the little nick on the gear. Then the drive gear, the coupler would go in. Then we mounted the compressor, got it in there. This was on, well, Friday we were trying to get it to mount all day, taking it in and out, couldn't get it to do it. And that's when we finally discovered the gear. So Saturday we get it cleaned up, ready to go, mount it back together. Everything's done. We filled the engine with coolant. And it turned out that Tony had cross-threaded a fitting in the back and coolant was leaking out. This fitting right here, actually. The new hose that we put on there is not damaged at all. It's steel, and this is brass, and the brass is what took the brunt of it. Luckily, we have extra fitting here, so we're able to swap it out. The gasket got ruined, so I had to end up cutting a gasket this morning. So we have a new cut gasket that I made. I did a pretty good job on it. That's going to go on there. We have everything ready to mount back in there. No more mistakes this time. We're going to get it done. It's Sunday morning. We started this on Thursday. Sometimes things just don't go according to plan. And I'll show you the hole back here, how much room we don't have to do this. So see, somebody's already cut this notch out here and then a notch out down there to be able to get that compressor out. Tony's just cleaning up the gasket area before we put it back in again. For the how many time?
Oh, you want me to count back? Oh boy, you're mean, Scott. You know?
We're gonna get it this time. We're good at it.
Repetition is valuable. Oh my gosh. See,
A couple tricks to hang in this is put the coupler in the engine first, and then use a couple of guide studs. I just put some studs in at the top that'll go in the engine. So then you sit it up on there, you just slide it in, just finger tight, so you can get them back out with your fingers. That way you can get the bottom two bolts in and started. Don't use any Permatex anywhere near that oil drain hole, you mess it all up. But yeah, the studs are pretty invaluable. Here's one of my new coolant drain tubs. I have 3 of them now, different heights. Okay, so we got the compressor on. It's not leaking. It's full of coolant. We've replaced the belts on the back side. We still have 4 belts here that we're going to change. 2 that are here on the air conditioner, and then there's 2 that are way down there. You can see them. They go to another alternator that's down there. I did get this rusted screw out of the sensor here, so we're getting ready to rewire that permanently now that we have that out. I had to put 2 pairs of vice grips on at the same time to get it out. There was no notch for the screwdriver left on it. We're going to air it up with the new air compressor here this morning. Hopefully it'll work good. Build up air fast for them. So we're getting ready to fire it up here in just a couple minutes. Getting ready to start it. Didn't want to scare Leroy.
Did you get the fireworks the other night, by the way?
Yes.
They were
You ready, Leroy?
Is that fuel filter on tight?
I believe so. Want me to keep trying?
Yeah, go ahead. This should start any second. It's not getting fuel now.
Go again. Go again.
Well, the air compressor wasn't building air very fast. We looked at it and sprayed it down with bubbles, and it was leaking out of the top of the actual compressor housing, out of the head. We waited 3 weeks to get that compressor in, and then I ended up calling O'Reilly's, gave him the part number. Our heavy-duty guy at O'Reilly's performed a miracle and got us one the next day for half the price of what we paid for the other one. So we're shipping that one back as no good. We swapped it out for the second time, and it's all good to go now. Got it. Start cutting your wheel. Is it all the way? Okay. You got it. Keep coming. Keep coming. Don't stop. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, Tyler, you want to close the shop up? Sit through.
All right.
Be careful on this little corner up here, that little tree. You want to stay to the left a little. Swing it wide.
Penny, you can't be under my legs. Kind of like that.
Yep.
See, I've got lots more room than I think I do, which
Yeah.
I guess that's good because I won't be trying to cheat. Is Dave staying in here?
Yes.
Is there living quarters
Yeah.
in there too?
Yep.
Okay, kind of swing this so I can.
Stay to the outside there. There you go.
Mommy's over here.
See, I think I'm way under, but my wheels are
Yeah,
probably
step
right
on your
on the
brake
edge
a little
of that
because you're
grade.
scaring the shit out of me.
Don't want to do that.
That way.
A little more brake. Just keep even pressure on it. Don't pump it. Just a nice easy. There you go. Stay in the
Yeah,
middle.
this is a lot of weight. I mean, it will take
Stay-
off down this hill. Right?
Yeah, well, stay in the middle of the drive. Looking good.
The difference, Scott, already the differences.
Oh, the ride. It's got to be much better. Yeah.
My God, when I'm not riding on broken
Yeah.
glass and
We do too.
cinders. Oh shit, boulders, whatever.
Considering how much rain we've had the last few days, I'm really surprised how well the driveway held up.
We had that extra gravel that they brought in. That seems to be holding.
Yeah.
Right now. Well, you got standing water everywhere.
It was yesterday. It was across the driveway down here.
Wow. Like
Wait-
this
wait
wet
till-
area was just under. Was
Yeah, don't
submerged.
slow down for it. Just keep going. Stay to the outside left here, though, on this corner. Don't cut it too. Stay to the
I
left.
don't want to
Yeah. You don't want to hit
clean
the-
my bus off with that.
There you go. You got it.
No traffic. I'm not even going to stop. I'm going that way, right?
That's correct.
Back to 100.
Yeah, it is clear.
Don't take out your mailbox either. That was a little wider than it needed to be, wasn't it?
That's okay. Go ahead and mash down on the throttle all the way. Okay, let off of it. I only saw 98%, but that's pretty close.
And I saw it went up to like 15, 16 on the boost for that little
Yeah.
spurt right there.
A little slower would make me more comfortable.
You got it. You got it. See, I don't realize how fast I'm going. Again, I mean,
Well, especially now without it banging all, we
Yeah,
drove it here with
yeah.
no air in the airbags.
yeah, I should have notified you about that, I guess, before I left. And you could have got me out of that situation, I'm sure. And at least made a lot more comfortable 500 miles. And flooring it is good for these things, right?
Yeah, just
You
keep
take off.
it floored for me. I'm just watching your throttle position sensor.
What a train.
99.6.
I think that's good.
It's almost 100.
Keep it floored.
No, it's 45.
I'm gonna go past the Mini Pearl bust up here. This is where she grew up, isn't it?
Yeah.
She calls it grinder switch.
Okay. Go ahead and get on it again for just a minute here and stay on the right lane. Reading your boost. What's your gauge over there say?
19, 18.
Yeah,
I just shifted
okay.
gears, so it went down.
That's good. Okay.
Oh, that was so pleasant.
See how high the river is right now?
Yeah, oh my God.
The park is gone.
I was enjoying that bump that I went over just
Oh
there.
yeah, I bet that was nice. Here's another one.
Oh, that's nothing. That's like floating. Wow, that is like 6 feet underwater, or
Yeah.
4 feet, something like that.
Speed limit is 30 here, so you definitely want to slow down.
35.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you for the reminder. I don't want to get busted on a test drive.
We're going to take you a little farther than we normally do. If that's okay.
That's fine. Whatever you think is necessary.
How's our air pressure going over there?
120.
Okay, good.
You're just thinking maybe something isn't telling it to pump when it should.
I think, well, the governor seemed like it was maybe off a little bit.
It will make air though. We do know that.
Is there a coolant temperature gauge over there that you can read?
There's a water temp, and
Yep.
it is 140-ish.
Okay. So we'll compare that with the D-deck here in a second.
And oil temp hasn't moved. It's under 120.
So slow down. We're going to turn left to go around the square here.
Oh, I didn't lock my flap on by the engine. Think that could be flapping now?
Can you see it in the mirrors?
I wasn't looking. Make another left?
Yes.
You guys ever come up here to do anything?
Yeah.
In town?
It's been kind of hard because COVID and everything.
Yeah,
Trying to
we
keep our
haven't been
distance.
doing much either.
So stay far to the left, and we're going to make a right. But you got to do it from far on the left side there.
Okay.
Definitely make sure you pay attention to the pole over here.
Yes. Scare this guy in this pickup truck.
Shouldn't scare him too bad.
weren't even looking. Man, I had miles, I guess. It looked like I was 3 inches away from him.
Yeah.
He wasn't even looking. He wasn't even concerned. Is the Jake brake going to be part of this test drive? Or we can do that some
Yeah.
other time?
Oh, you said the guy said they didn't work? Is that what you said?
Right, that's all I know. He said they didn't work. You got a couple switches here for him. You got an on and a high, and then you got a pedal over here with a cable connected to it. And there's some literature in my blue box there about the Jacob brake system.
Yeah. Yeah, if you coming down a hill like this, if you turn them to on and let off the throttle, it should apply.
Okay, I'm off the throttle.
Yeah, they're
Switch is on.
They're not applying. Off or whatever.
Okay, I'm going 33, so you want me to goose a little bit?
Yep.
45 is the speed limit?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at 45 right now. The cruise works, by the way. I did try that several times. Works flawlessly. Boy, this, oh man, just like I can't get over the difference. This is how it's supposed to ride, right?
Yep.
My tank pressure is over 90 right now. That was over 100 actually, according to this gauge. On that scale, it's about 110.
Let's see if that's adjustable.
Penny, go by mama. Actually gained a little speed up the hill.
Yep, here's a bigger one coming still.
Downshifted. Boost is 16, 17. It's maintaining 43, 44.
Yeah, that's nice. You definitely have the horsepower. And it is a very smooth, quiet ride in here.
It
Now.
is. Oh my God. Scott, you would have told me to pull over and go back home several times, I think, if you were riding with us. Okay, now I'm gaining speed.
All that work's paying off, Tony.
For sure, Scott. I've learned.
Feels like you're going a little fast. I don't know if you are.
I'm 48 now. Yeah, a little bit. Over to the right, didn't realize it until I hit the rumble strip.
That's why they're there. These 102 wide ones are difficult because the lanes just feel so skinny.
Yeah, I'll have to get used to that too. And my oil temp still hasn't moved. My water temp is 160.
Yeah, it's going to be impossible to get to 180 probably today with temperature hanging out around 35 degrees.
Oil pressure is, when we were goosing it there, I was about 55.
Yeah, it's a good number.
Now it's about, well, it's kind of jumping whenever.
Yeah, well, when you drop down to idle, it goes to almost nothing. So
Yeah, now it's showing over 100. I wonder if it's lying to me.
it is. Yeah, there's no way your oil pressure's 100.
Yeah, it's kind of flaky then.
I'll check it with the computer here.
Maybe I have to drive so that the left lane marker is under my left foot from my perspective to keep me in the center of the lane. I always look for that, some kind of indicator that I can rely on to put me where I belong. Okay, I'm going downhill now, right? Is this a good place to get diesel?
I wouldn't probably go in and out of there.
Yeah.
Not with the bus. It's a little too hard.
Yeah, for a 34-year-old vehicle, this is pretty darn smooth, I think.
Oil pressure is reading 42.6 on the computer right now.
Yeah,
43.
Gauge is showing 32, something like that. And now it's over 100.
Engine temperature is showing 185 on the computer.
Yeah, this one's just under 160 according to this gauge.
So what do you think, Tony? Happy?
Oh yes. Oh yes. So far so good, Scott.
So
Got a little nuisance shit, but that's
yeah, we'll have to figure out. We'll take a look at the Jake stuff.
and again, there's no we don't have to rush to get all this done if you got other stuff you got to do.
Okay.
I know you're busy with prepping for the insulators and all that.
Yeah, they'll be here Monday to do the installation on the shop. So we got this weekend. We're gonna tear the place apart. I want to slow down.
That just bugs me, man. I got to cram my foot up against this pillar
Yeah,
to make sure I'm not pushing the accelerator.
I'll get a video of how close, because the throttle and the brake treadle are right next to each other. And when you put your foot all the way to the left on the brake pedal, it's very easy to have your foot overhanging onto the throttle at the same time.
Especially if you got a big foot like me.
Yeah, which is not a lot of clearance. But like I said, I think if you cut some of that carpeting out, that'll give you another inch to move your foot over to the left.
Should I try the heat from the engine?
Let's not right now.
Okay.
Only because we changed the coolant system on it. There's a chance that we'll burp a bubble out of it if we do that.
Okay.
And I don't want your engine to shut down for low coolant.
Oh, suddenly they won't have enough. Huh?
We'll do that at the shop. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going back to town so I can turn around and.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there is no comparison, Scott, between this ride and all these bumps. You grit your teeth for every one of them that you saw coming. You know.
But even before that, when that was, it still should feel better than even when you picked it up too. Then when you originally got it, the airbags were working, but it still should be a better ride now than then. The front tires are nice and quiet too. I was surprised.
And I've got.
Yeah.
Looks like it's got a little bit of course, this isn't a flat road either.
Yeah.
But,
No, yeah, you're tracking pretty good. Somebody's turning left.
and when I hit the brakes, see, it does want to go left. See that?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, one thing about driving the big vehicles, always look a couple of vehicles ahead too. Cause it's nice because you sit up so high because you can see what they're doing, but that way you can catch things like that, so you don't have to brake so hard.
That's what my brother was telling me too. My brother Ed drove it before I did because I wanted his opinion. Being familiar with big vehicles like this,
Yep.
I wanted him to right away tell me, hey, don't let it go. You know, you don't want that one. But we couldn't find any reason not to get it. He has wider feet than me too, so he was complaining about that right away. He was, I can't push the brake without pushing the accelerator. Talking about Ed, honey.
Yeah, we got another couple feet. It's going to crest tomorrow. It's
It's gonna be up to the roof of that thing.
yeah, it's going to be. All the schools are closed here in the county today because of the flooding.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, 3-day weekend for the kids.
Yeah.
At least, maybe more if it don't stop raining. Yeah, I'm doing 35. I'm breaking the law.
Hello.
Hello, honey.
It shouldn't take too long to slow down going uphill. It does drop to 20 up here. See, it's something.
I don't know what it is. Just like you. It's gonna look better.
Yeah, getting up and down the road, this thing seems very happy.
Yeah, a lot of buses struggle coming up this climb that you're doing right now, and it's no problem at all.
Yeah.
Exercise.
So about 8 pounds of boost on that climb. Going about 1,600. Loop around the square again.
That's correct.
It's my baby. Do you think we're still on? Oh.
You okay, honey? I don't think I even have this seat right for me because I'm having to get in a weird position to pull that. Does he have the right of way or me?
You do. He's got a stop
He's
sign.
got a stop sign.
Careful.
But he thinks he's got the right of way.
You're all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for observing the law, at least for me.
Stay to the left.
Jenny. Come here, baby. Oh.
You definitely fly around corners a little faster than I would recommend.
Get up here.
Thank you for telling me that, Scott.
Penny's being good. Yes. I was getting nervous there. He was doing a burnout the whole way up the hill. It's recording.
Scott, you're right. Don't stop.
Yeah, because that's when you have my leg. Well, at first we hooked up like this in the shop, but then we only had one leg. Two on the bus, one leg at a 110. And you got me with that.
We got really lucky. He got stuck there one time but was able to back out of it. But that is very mucky mud right on that corner. And we are definitely cutting down this tree. So this is the overprotection valve that was leaking on there. So we got a new overprotection valve from, where did we get this from? Fleet Pride. Exact same part, it's set to 65 PSI. It was like 30 bucks, 32 bucks, something like that. So we're gonna get that put on there. And then while we're at it, because we're under there, we're gonna go ahead and replace his air governor because we got a new air compressor on there too. These are only like $15 parts and they're very, very common failure parts. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that. As well, and unfortunately on Wanderlodge they don't make this in a very accessible place to get to. I believe it's up under the frame rail on the rear end. So we're getting ready to, he's raising the bus right now with the hydraulics. We're gonna get some safety blocks under there And then we'll go up under there, and Tyler's going to replace that oval protection valve first, and then the air governor. So we now have the tag carrying about 65 psi of air pressure instead of 120. This little regulator that's on there, it's preset, and it was leaking and not working. So once we got that replaced too, we fixed another air leak, and then now have the correct tag pressure. So he'll have the right amount of weight on the drive axle, and he shouldn't have any more slipping of his drive wheels. Okay, so we just shut it off. Where is our gauge there? Okay. Whoops, sorry, Penny. So what are we at here, about 110? Is that 110? I can't.
Yeah, you're a little over 110.
Okay. Well, we had 40 seconds there and we haven't lost a single PSI, so.
See that white smoke rising up the holler through the trees, and from a mile away you can hear them play as they climb that hill with ease. But at the top of that mountain there's a new life waiting for those who can make the run. If they can make it to the top, God will put them in the shop till their new life has begun. Mountain, where the buses come to run. Bus Grease Mountain, we're gonna get that big job done.